is
again, and welcome to the first semi-final of Pot Black 83. It's played over 2 frames, and it's aggregate points that count. By the way, the highest break at the moment is held by Ray Reardon, and that's 91. Well, now let's meet the 2 players who will contest this first final. And first, winner of Group 1 and defending Pot Black champion, Steve Davis. The runner-up of Group 2, a young man competing in his first Pot Black series, Jimmy White. And so we go into the first frame when all points are vital to the result. Once again, John Williams is in charge of the play and Ted Lowe supplies the commentary.
First frame, Steve Davis to break.
2 young men, then, who have already made their mark, but have a brilliant future in front of them. Steve Davis walks back to the table, to his seat, rather, after a bad break. This is Jimmy White. Getting the cue ball as close to the ball cushion as possible. The bridge hand there of Steve Davis as he uses the cushion.
One.
And so is Jimmy White away first. All matches in Pot Black so far have been over 1 frame. The semi-finals are over 2 frames.
Jimmy White, 1.
Looking to retain his title of Pot Black champion.
One.
Very deep screw.
5.
Steve's idea here, I'm sure, is to move that black.
Steve Davis, 5.
Plays safe, but puts the black in a favorable position. Cue ball.
Foul. Steve Davis, 4.
Well, Jimmy gives 4 points away. Not too worried about that because he's not left too much on, although Steve can be so dangerous with these long reds.
One. Eight. Nine.
This young ginger wizard is
16.
at it again. Those reds very nicely spread.
Seventeen. 24.
3 reds, 3 blacks so far.
$25. $32. $33. $40.
Still concentrating on the black.
$41.
Tried to get into the pack that time.
48.
6 reds and blacks then. And in perfect position on this blue to crash into the reds if he so wishes.
55.
Now he's got the pink into the bottom or blue into the top. Jimmy
60.
knows he has another frame to go, but he doesn't like to see the first one go this way.
$61.
Not quite
68.
far enough down the table.
$69.
Now, can he get back up for those two reds in the middle of the table? Break goes to 74.
74. $75.
Any moment now, he will want to shift that side red there. A quick glance at the red on the side cushion.
$82.
Oh dear! Well, a magnificent break of 82 there, giving him a 90-point lead in this first frame. Steve, of course, had a dead straight red.
1.
Jimmy wastes no time at all, slams a red into the bottom pocket. The black is too awkward for a left-handed player.
$6. Jimmy White, 6.
The concentration on the brow of Steve Davis. A trifle too hard for the snooker. Jimmy White trying hard to stop the onslaught by Steve. He has a terrific advantage after that break of 82. This is the first of 2 frames. Jimmy has obviously made up his mind to make as many points as possible. Who knows? He could clear the table in the second frame.
Six. Jimmy White, 6.
91 points to 13 then in this first of 2 frames, the first semi-final.
Two.
The brown is in impossible position, touching the pink. A lot of check side, trying just to clip the pink so that the brown would be on. There the 2 balls, almost touching. Nothing he can do about this, but play safe.
Steve Davis, 5. Jimmy White, 13. Steve Davis, 96.
Clip this one into the bottom pocket.
4.
And what almost perfect strength to come onto the blue.
9.
Just a little unlucky then to catch the bump there. Otherwise, he'd have been right behind the black.
Steve Davis, 15.
7 points on the table. Can be terribly important by the time we get to the second frame. This could be a Steve Davis special.
Steve Davis.
A terrific first frame then in this first semi-final to that remarkable snooker player, Steve Davis. A magnificent 82 to give him an advantage of some 105 points with one frame to go.
So the first frame of our first semi-final is won by Steve Davis by 118 points to 13. Our referee, John Williams, is resetting the table for the second frame, and he will call in the first man to break, who will be Jimmy White.
Second frame, Jimmy White to break.
And the 20-year-old Londoner with everything to do. 105 points behind. A mammoth task against such formidable opposition. Steve, the reigning pot black champion, intends not letting the trophy out of his hands.
Four. Five.
Not quite as he intended. Wanted to push the pink slightly down the table when he kissed into the pack. Good one.
Ten. $11.
The black into the bottom pocket. There seems no stopping this young man now.
18. $19. $26. $27.
Not quite far enough down the table.
$30. 31.
He makes everything look so easy. Just 25 years of age, and he's won every accolade there is in the world of snooker, having turned professional in 1978.
Steve Davis, 31.
And 2 there. And that counts 2 points.
1, 2, 2.
Jimmy White, a 20-year-old. A young man we shall see a terrific amount of, for he has such a fantastic talent.
6. Seven.
Plays the game with complete casualness.
14.
And yet he's so terribly accurate.
$15.
Wanted the blue that time. Bit awkward to cue here.
Jimmy White, 15.
A 16-point lead then for Steve Davis. He already having 105 points from the first frame.
1. Four. Five. Ten. $11.
A great potting match, this. The balls disappearing in all 6 pockets of the billiard table.
18. $19.
His eye on the last red, sat on the bulk cushion. And he got a kick there. You
Steve
probably
Davis,
saw the cue
19.
ball jump.
One.
Jimmy now, quite confident in his mind that there's nothing more he can do. So we'll clear up these final colours,
5.
knowing that he's missed his chance in his first pot black of getting to the final. But what a great performance he has
8.
done in getting to the semi-final.
12. Jimmy White, 12.
"23 points in it, 105 from the first frame. So there is no doubt whatsoever that the first of our finalists in Pop Black 83 is the remarkable young snooker player, 25-year-old Steve Davis. Goes back to his seat, shows no emotion. But what about a pot like that? Quite extraordinary.
11.
And finally we come to the name of the program,
50.
Pot Black.
45-50. Playing a match for 2
Well, the first semi-final comes to an end with a brilliant display of potting by both players. Jimmy White, the 20-year-old Londoner, had no chance whatsoever in this semi-final. His opposition, Steve Davis, who, with a break of 82 in the first frame, really demoralized the Londoner. Well, they're both Londoners, but Steve has, in fact, put himself again in the books of history of snooker by gaining the final of Pop Black 83.
And brilliant player it was too, wasn't it? Let's have a word with the two gentlemen concerned. And first of all, Jimmy. Jimmy, congratulations on getting into the semi-final. How did you find it all together?
I didn't really get a chance in this match. Steve had a 70 break, you know, and it's, I was 105 behind going in the second game, so I didn't have a chance.
How did you actually feel when you know you're 105 behind before you start?
Sick.
Beautifully put.
Yeah.
But overall, the series, you've enjoyed it?
Oh, yeah, I loved it, yeah.
Well, we hope we'll have you back again in the future, Jimmy, and good luck in all the other competitions you're with. And, Stephen?
Yes.
Back in the final again?
That's right. It was a nice start, and I think the most important part about the 2 frames was when I made the 80 break, even though I didn't clear up, Jimmy didn't pot he could have scored about 40 points, which would have been, I'd have been 40 behind. But fortunately, I nipped a few of them and made it the difference. So 100 in front's a lot better than 40.
Yeah. Who do you fancy meeting in the final?
Well, I played Eddie Charlton last year.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a spin of a coin, really. I mean, 2 frames is very difficult to say who's got the edge. It's just the way the balls go. And fortunately, in my last game against Willie and against Jimmy, I've had an opening and made quite an 80 break in both.
Of course, the final is 3 frames.
Well, it's a marathon, the final.
Yeah. Will you stand up to it?
I'll try.
That's the way. Steve, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jimmy. And of course, our second semi-final features Eddie Charlton and Ray Reardon. We hope you'll join us for that. Our next programme, the second semi-final leading up to the grand final of Pop Black 83.